Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today's video I'm going to be showing you how I made my design with my Cricut machine and also my laptop. I'm going to be making this video beginner friendly as possible. The first place we're going to head down to is Pinterest to get a cool picture we're going to use for the design. But if you know you're going to be selling this, please make sure you use a design that is yours or your picture, or you just like buy the design on Pinterest or any place you're going to be getting it, so you don't get like a copyright fine or something. And for this design I'm going to be making use of a cross. You can just download the cross and save it to your computer. And now we already have our image. We're going to head down to our browser and search for Cricut. Cricut is a software used for turning photos into SVG, and the fun part about it is it's free. The only thing you're going to do when you get in is to sign up. But for me, I already have an account, so I'm going to just click on get started and it's going to open. And these are some few things I've worked on. You just need to click on upload to like upload the image you want to make use of. This is what you see next. Immediately you upload your picture. This platform is just a place where you can like tweak your image to your taste. Nobody has like the perfect like size to like push everything to make it better. The more you do it, the more you figure out what you feel is okay for you. You see, just little tweaks and tweaks. The only important thing I'm going to let you know is make sure you go to layers, go down to the second part, and that part layered, switch it up to inlay by clicking on it. There's a big reason why, and it's very helpful for you to like have it like that. Now you're done, it's time for us to download our image, and this time around if you're downloading it, it's going to be an SVG. See, downloaded SVG, and it's just going to be saved in your downloads in your PC. Now let's get down to our Cricut Design Space app. Now it's finally loaded. You need to click on the green button by your right, which is called New Project. Now it's open, go to the side menu that said Upload so that you can upload your image. As you can see, I already have like some designs, but let's ignore that part. We're going to go to our upload image now and like upload the design we want to make use of. Mine is in my downloads, so I'm just heading down to my downloads to get it out. See it? Just click on it and upload. I know you might be stressed that the background is still there, that how am I going to remove the background? The thing you're going to do now is to click on this button I'm clicking. It's going to like reveal all the layers for your picture. You see it? I won't even call it a picture, the SVG file. I'm going to click on the pink one and delete it out of it. Deleting it might just act as if nothing happened, but after deleting it, you're going to go to the second part now and also delete it. Immediately you delete it, the whole background is going to be out, and this is what we are going to make use of. And this is the reason why we needed an SVG file. Looks good, right? It's time for us to make it. Before that, you should have an idea of the size of the design you're working on. If you click on the design, you're going to see it at the top. Mine is 6.93 inches, which is going to be the width of my design. 11.43 is the length of I would say the height of my design. And it's very helpful for you to have a tape so that you can like measure it on the surface you're like putting the design on, so that you can like have a good idea of like what you're working with. In the screen, I created some few other designs I would like to add to my project. They are still the same process that I showed you in creating your cross. That's what I still did in getting those ones. Now let's go down to making it, the green button over there. Now this is just a digital representation of your board, and in this part you need to learn how to like manage your space by putting your design much more closer to each other. And something you should not forget is to click on the mirror button. the mirror button switch it up to the opposite side because you are using a heat transfer vinyl. So there's the way it works, but anything you should know is like if you're working with a heat transfer vinyl, you should always click on the mirror button. It's very important. If you watch closely, you're going to notice that I'm kind of squeezing my design together. Even while squeezing them, I'm giving a little space from each other so that it doesn't affect the design still. Why I'm doing all these things is mainly to save my vinyl. When you keep on doing this, you'll find a way to like save your vinyl because it's important. You don't want to waste vinyl. When you're finally done arranging the design the way you want it to be, you just need to click on the green button that shows continue, and immediately you do that, it's going to like try to connect to your Cricut machine. If your Cricut machine is not already turned on, this is the right time for you to turn it on and connect it. And one thing I like about the Cricut machine is it's very easy to use, and immediately you turn on your Cricut machine while your computer is still like searching for a device, it's just going to automatically connect as far as your Cricut machine is on. Please watch closely. If you check the first thing, which is base material set to iron on, in case yours is not iron on, please click on the like caution button and switch yours to iron on because we are working on a iron on vinyl, so you need to switch yours to an iron on vinyl. And this is the part where some people might face a roadblock because without this material you can't even do the project. So I'm going to list the name of everything in my description below. Before we go any more further, make sure your Cricut machine is set to iron on transfer. You see where I'm putting it? That is where it should be because we are working on an iron on vinyl. We have different colors of matte, but I mainly use the blue matte, which is the light grip matte, for doing my iron on vinyls. And please don't forget to put the shiny part of your vinyl on the mat because the shiny part is where the design is. And if you can remember, we set our Cricut machine to mirror mode. So for us to get that mirror mode design perfectly, we need to like place the design part, which is the shiny part, facing the mat. You get it right? It can be so confusing. Even my first try was a bit confusing, but I kind of like understood why it's like that, and you too, you're gonna understand. And now I'm just using my roller to remove the airbags so that we know that when the Cricut machine is like drawing or cutting on this, it's gonna like be smooth. You don't want to like make any mistake or get any complication in this part. So take your time to do it. I guess it's time for us to feed our Cricut machine our vinyl. Something I love about the Cricut machine is immediately you put it, it already gives you a sign that, hey, you need to click this farm, you need to click this farm. Like if you watch closely, it wants you to click that. So immediately you click it, it's gonna like grip the mat perfectly. Now you can go to the computer if you want to make it go faster, but I don't want to put it in fast mode. So I'm just going to like click on the Cricut machine that is beeping now. I mean the Cricut button that is beeping now. Just click on it and you're going to start the process. Immediately the Cricut machine is done, it's going to start prompting you to remove your mat by clicking that button beeping there, and it's going to come out easily. And it's time for us to peel our design. If you watch closely, you're going to like see a little mark that shows that the Cricut machine has like cut the designs out. Watching this part is going to show you how to pick your vinyl out so that you can see your main design. See the way I got it? And you're going to take your time in peeling it so that you don't peel the design together with it. this might take a little time if this is your first time doing it, but with time you're going to catch up with it and it's going to be like bread and butter. When you're sure you're done peeling everything, you should have something like this. And the next thing I normally do is I use my scissors to cut the designs in different segments so that I can place them in the place I want them, because I can't just place everything at once. You get the idea, right? So that's just what I'm doing now. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make use of your Cricut Easy Press tool. The first thing you want to do is to click on the power button. Now you're done clicking on the power button, there's a button that looks like a thermometer. Just click on it and head to the plus or minus button to like increase it to the size you want. As you can watch, I'm increasing mine to 330 because that's what that works for my vinyl. And for you to check the set up the timer, you just need to click on the button that looks like a clock and still use your plus or minus button to like increase it to what works for you. As you can see, I'm increasing mine to 1 minute, which is 60 seconds. And also, you don't need to panic if you change your heat to 330 or any number, but it's showing a lower number. It's showing a lower number because it's trying to read up to the number you chose, which was 330 or any other number. And when it gets to 330 or the specific number you chose, the Cricut button is going to become green and it's telling you it's ready for you to use it. I know you're so excited to put on your design, but something you need to do is make sure you use your heat press to smoothen the surface you're going to be putting your design on. Doing this like reduces your chances of failing, and it also like remove wrinkles, all those annoying things. Now you're done, you need to get the middle of the place now. This is how I get the middle of mine. And now we know the middle, it's time for us to place our design. Not everybody do this, but I don't feel safe placing my heat press on my design directly. So I make use of a parchment paper like this to cover the design before placing my heat press. It still works, and it's not a must you must get this. You can place it directly, but that's just something I don't like doing, so I use the parchment paper. Just the same way when you bake cake, you turn on the timer button immediately the heat process starts. That's the same way you're going to turn on the timer button immediately you start pressing your design, so that you can get the specific duration you wanted the heat to stay on the vinyl. Like for me, my vinyl instruction shows that 1 minute is good enough. Yours might differ, so it's good for you to like check your vinyl instruction to know what you're doing. And immediately you're done with this, like the front part, I don't know why, but I prefer ironing the back of it too, so that I know that my vinyl, my design is lasting long. I don't want anything to spoil. You get? Now I'm done pressing it. My instruction shows that it's good for me to wait 1 minute or 1 minute 30 seconds for this thing to cool off before peeling it. So I'm just going to wait for that amount of minutes before pulling it off, so that I know it's pretty strong and lasts longer. Behind the camera, I did some few designs too, and I hope you guys are not going to strangle me because I didn't like show you guys how I did all this design. It's same process I use in making this design, so you just follow that same process and you're going to get yours too. But it's time for us to like peel the actual design out and see how it looks. This pant is going to be my best pant ever. I love how simple it looks, the detailing with the cross, and the writing God did. It just hits well. And I like the fact that the front is just plain with my logo. And if you're new to my channel, bro, like what are you waiting for? Make sure you subscribe so that you can get notified.